Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Welcome back once again. We got a large show for you, so we're going to get started off with the GTX 1650. So stick around, we're going to roll this B-roll real quick. So do enjoy yourself right here at JJ's PC Builds. Well, let's see. Let's start it off by, well, my one screen blew up.
Damn!
The 20-year-old screen finally give up the ghost. The magic smoke happened with it, so I'm using my other monitor now. So now I got two split monitors. Oh, I got one above the other, and it's really a pain. Oh, lordy, lordy, lordy. Alright. Enough of the messing around. Today, what we're going to be doing is this, people. We're going to be looking at the 1650, the Nvidia, was it RTX 1650? Let's go ahead and get to the screen. Let's show over. And we're going to move right over to it. And we're going to get up to it. Hold on. There we go. The GTX 1650 Nvidia. Okay. Now, in the last video, we looked at the 1660 Ti. This is the GTX 1650, the 4GB version. The reason why I'm bringing this up is because if I know we're going to look at eBay, so we're going to go ahead and push in eBay, and we're going to take and look up the RTX Nvidia RTX 1650. Okay, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take and go ahead and what am I gonna do? Don't mind me, I talk to myself. We're gonna click buy it now. For this reason, we don't have to deal with any other, getting off of the subjects. I don't want to get off to the subject. USA only, since I'm in the USA. The reason why I'm doing the USA is because, most of your Europeans can buy from the USA. Is probably cheaper for them. As well as here, you can probably get things better in the USA than you can anywhere else. Let's see, I won't check anything here, and what we're going to do is we're going to start at the top. We got the 1650 Super. They want $229 or best offer, and they got the Zotac 1650 overclocks, GDR6. Keep looking, keep looking. We'll keep looking. There's the 1650 4GB. Now, to me, the way the cooler looks on top, it's the TU117. Okay, so looking at this and looking at this, see, this is how you keep in check with everything. When you look at the picture, right, does it really look like, so it looks like they took off the cooler and they switched it and put on a crappy cooler. for 120 bucks. And they turn around and they sold the cooler for an additional couple $100, knowing them. But it looks like it's a legit one. But the problem is the cooler. I don't think I would do that, because it's not giving adequate cooling for the rest of the components. I would have never used this cooler right here. Just to give a gander of what we're talking about here. I would have never, ever used that kind of cooler. It is because, one, look at the fans. They're sunk into the heat sink, okay? And you lose a little bit of air momentum when it's sunk in around the heat sink. You lose a little bit of the air momentum, and actually it wishes around hot air, so it keeps it hot. I had the same problem with another card. Switched out the cooler, and it works a lot better. Damn! So, if you get one with the cooler on the heat sink, that's bad news. I would never get this. Just my opinion, don't quote me on it, but I just give my opinion and my thought about it. And that's one I would never buy unless I'm sure that the card works and I can switch the coolers on it. But that's an additional, and you don't want to spend additional money on a card that you expect to get everything in one piece. It's like, you spend 120 here, but you can go down here and get a 2080 for 199, maybe cheaper. Maybe you can get it down to 170 bucks if it works. Nope. Believe it or not, they're selling a parts only card for 200 bucks. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. 3070, they marked it down 14% off because they know they can't sell it. Stuff like this. I mean, come on. Is it this hard to buy a card? Yes. That's the reason why I got graphics card nightmare videos that I make per week. This takes you through the graphics card nightmares that you deal with. But trying to find a decent card now these days, it's almost impossible. The prices are astronomically high. You can't, with the economy the way it is and everybody jacking up their prices, nobody can afford it. Damn! Are you lucky to get one that's like this? Let's see. One, don't have the name badge on it. Because if you remember, I said, look at the card. See, this is the GTX 1650 right here. Okay. Now, looking on that, does that look like the GTX 1650? No. That looks like somebody's trying to pull a fast one. See? Yeah. You can tell it's been worked on. Yeah. So, that's somebody trying to pull a fast one on you. Damn! So, All I gotta say is be careful when you buy. I mean, the prices are just crazy. And, well, all I can say is if you get your hands on a 1650, good luck. We'll go through the stats so you can see what's going on. As far as finding one, that's going to be a little bit of a chore, but your best for the even though that they're saying you can get it for $150, your best to go with the 1660. I mean, if you look up a 1660, and hopefully it's not, see this relative performance list, what you do is you go back through the list. Oops. You go back through the list, and you can look up, and if you can't find it and you don't want to bother with going through the list, not a lot of people do, what we'll do is we'll go back and we'll go to the top and we'll click in 1660. So that way we don't have to keep looking through. There's your 1660. Okay. Now I know we're switching from the 1650 to the 1660. But, I covered this yesterday. That this between the TI. Okay. Hold the presses. We're just going to go to the 1660. Forget about the 1650. We're going to go ahead and we're going to just start this over. Alright. I'm not editing this video. You're seeing everything that I'm doing A to Z. So, here it is. So we're going to go ahead and do the 1660. I'm going to make sure I head it 1660, but you're going to see the revelations through the 1650. Okay, now looking at the first thing I want to see, the production, it says active. Okay, knowing the production is active, that means the drivers are active. That's a good thing. So that means there's driver updates if you see the word active here, but the launch price is $219. Now if you can find a 1660, was it GTX 1660? So we're going to go ahead and we're going to take and go back to eBay, right? And we're going to look up the 1660. So we look up the Nvidia. $1660. Okay. Well, they got one broken as parts, but people are bidding on it. See, that's the thing. You don't want the bidding. You don't want to deal with the bidding. You want to buy it now. Okay. Leave all the rest of your settings alone and just deal with what you have here on hand. Okay. So we go through and we look for, and this is where I want you to be careful. See where it says 5 empty boxes with RTX, Zodiac, MSI, GeForce? See this? Empty boxes. Do not buy empty boxes. I'm sorry. That's a joke. That is a joke. Well, getting on it, I mean, the 1660, either the Super or the TI or the 16, a friend of mine's got the 1660, okay? They tell me it's running really well. So, if you can find a 1660 for dirt cheap, you know, I mean, oh, this, see, now here's the catch. It says VGA port. It's not a 1660.
Damn!
Now, this one, for $154.90, as long as it works, might be a deal. That might be a deal. But the only thing I don't see is on the screws is tamper resistant. One of those tamper resistant little dots that they put on there. You know. So this card has been tampered with. But it is a 1660. So looks like it's in good condition, you know. You know, if y'all are looking for this card, I mean, even though it's a Livono, it's out of a Livono, you know, it's got DisplayPort, DVI, and HDMI. 8-pin, 3.0x16, GDDR5, SLI Crossfire, VR's ready. I'll be honest with you, this is looking promising. Also, too, they got that one right there, the last one. And also, they got that there, too. You know, they even got a 1660 Ti for $159. You know, $129. I'm sure you can talk them down in the prices. You know, 1654 gigabytes, new, $130. That's hard to believe. That is hard to believe. It's a 6-pin. So the Super and the Ti are 8 pins, and the 1660 by itself is a 6-pin. You know, the power adapter that goes on to it. So just to bring that up real quick. Now, just to remind you all, just to first say, so you understand this, when I go through it, I'm going through like if I was the everyday Joe, the everyday shopper, that, you know, I'm looking for a card, you know, a graphics card, you know, I'm doing exactly what a normalized kind of say shopper would do when it comes to looking for a graphics card. You know, I look around at the specs, I look to see what I really want, you know, to see if this card is correct for me. So, truthfully, a card like this, I could see me using a card like this for at least 2 to 3 years, I would say. The 1660, the 1660 Super, or the 1660 Ti, I could see myself, because I get so many 1660s that are active, And that's the biggest part I look is for the active drivers. I mean, you have to understand, I have a computer here that has integrated graphics, but doesn't have, ray tracing, doesn't have all that. It's just integrated graphics. It's the standard. Now, when you look at, from what I got and I go to a discrete graphics card, it's going to be a little bit different ball of wax. Damn! Because this kind of computer will run all the 10 series, the 20 series, but as far as the 30 series, when it comes to Nvidia, I'm kind of skeptical on it. Unless I upgrade the CPU to like the 5700G. Now, if I go to the 5700G, that is supposed to have dedicated VRAM up to, I think they said 8 gigabytes. You can fuss with it in the BIOS and get it up to 8 gigabytes of dedicated VRAM. Damn! So, and they're saying it's great for creation and everything else. When I get there and I see the price come down for the 5700G, then I'm going to grab up on the 5700G and I'm going to plug it into this computer. And I'm going to see what it does. Because it's compatible, believe it or not. Even though that I got a B450 series motherboard, I'm still going upwards on the processors. With integrated graphics, just to let you know. I just want to try to see if I can stay within that curve of integrated graphics. And then after I get through this little curve of integrated graphics, I want to see if I can get, save up for a discrete graphics card. But in the meantime, we're going to keep working with this system and see what we can do more with it. I know there's much more we can do with it. And all I got is time. And all I got is the post here up on YouTube for y'all. So I take you along with me every step of the way. So I hope you understand that, and I hope you all stick around for it. I know it seems like I'm like wish-washing all over the place, but I'm not. Believe it or not. I just created a little video, a sleep video. I don't know why I did it. I just did it. And I posted it up on my channel. I figured it was, relaxing. Because, believe it or not, that's what I use when I fall asleep. I love the enjoyment of rain, thunder, and lightning. I don't know why, but it's just the way I am. So I made a 1 hour video. I hope y'all watch it. It's already posted, so there we go. Damn! But back to the 1660. Now the thing is this. Okay, performance wise, it would probably give you the performance of a mid to lower tier. Okay, if you're looking just to do like small light gaming and light workloads and stuff like that, then this would be a good card for you. If you're not gaming all the time and you're just doing it once in a while, you just want something to give you a little pick-me-up, then yeah, I would say go ahead with this card. But if you're a heavy gamer and stuff like that, no. I would say go all the way up to the Nvidia 30 series and start there. or the 20 series, like the 2060, 2070, 2080, or whatever. Start up that way. Now, as far as AMD, I would say start off with the RX 6600 and work your way up. The lower end, I really wouldn't worry about the lower end. Just start from the RX 6600, work your way up. That's the best way to do it there. But anyway, if you have any questions or concerns, make sure you put it down in the comments below. If you want to know more about what the 1660 from Nvidia does, I'm pretty much showing you here on the screen what it does. I'm leaving it the screen up here for you to take and pause it if you want to read it. You know, I'm sure you don't want me to read it to you, because then, you know, it'd take more time for me to read it to you. And that's the reason why I post it up here for you, so you can see it step by step. If this is the kind of card you're looking for, then this will be, you know, right up your alley. So they still have active drivers, you know. It's a 12 nanometer processor, so it's got 6600 million transistors, and that's the key thing right here, the transistors. How many transistors does it really have for it to work for you? Okay, now the newest cards are running between 13,000 million transistors. If that ever makes sense, which it doesn't. So instead of saying 13,000 million, you know, that's like an infinite number. Just to let you know, it's like an infinite number. I don't think that you want to hear an infinite number. You want to hear a direct number. Now, processor, you get so many threads to it. I mean, what you really want to look at is the shading units, the TMUs, the ROPs, the SM counts, the L2 cache, the L1 cache. Now, you know about the caches. The higher the cache, the better. Okay? That's just like with your CPU, goes the same with your GPU. The higher the cache, the better. This doesn't have a bad cache on it for an L2. It's got a 1.5 megabyte cache. You know. But if you get a card that has between 3 and 4 megs and 6 megs and so on, then, you know, you're moving up in the world. So just like they did with the processor, taking it up to the L2 cache up to 32 meg, you know, they need to do that with your video cards as well, to give it a bigger boost. To put it up on the top shelf would get it a lot higher. Myself, I'm just concerned about the OpenGL 4.6. I'm not really worried about the Vulkan, the CUDA core, the shader model, or the OpenCL, or the DirectX. I'm just worried about the OpenGL to see if they're going to take it to 5.0 or where they're going to be going with this. Because the games I plays with OpenGL. So anyway, oh, there it is, the GTX 1660, everybody. I'm doing my best I can to tell you about it. Here, I'll just read a really good quote from this. The GeForce GTX 1660 is a performance segment graphics card by Nvidia. Launched on March 14, 2019. Built in a 12 nanometer process based on the TU116 graphics processor. It's in its TU116-300-A1 variant. The card supports DirectX 12. This ensures all modern games will run on GeForce GTX 1660. The TU116 graphics processor is an average size chip with die area of 284 millimeters and 6600 million transistors. Unlike the fully Unlike the fully unlocked GeForce GTX 1660 Ti, now they just gave you a good hint right there. Unlike the fully unlocked GeForce GTX 1660 Ti, now the Ti is unlocked. That's good to know. Damn! Which uses the same GPU but has all 1536 shaders, which this one right here, this doesn't have all 1536 shaders. This has 14, this has got 1408 shaders. So the 1660 Ti's got the 1536 full shaders. Okay, and 48 ROPs and so on. It's got let's see, it's based upon the 192 memory interface. The 192-bit memory interface. Remember that. It's not a 64-bit memory interface. It's not a 128. It's a 192. So that's a good thing, because the higher you go up, the better the functionality will be, because it'll give you more support on the lanes and stuff like that. Says the frequency starts off at 1530, which can be boosted up to 1785 megahertz. Running at, well, the memory is running at 2001 megahertz. Gives you 8 gigabytes effective. It draws power from an 8-pin connector at 120 watts max. Alright, I stopped the video for a moment just to explain a little something to you. Now, if a graphics card's only pulling between 120 and let's say 200 watts, so unless I have the card on hand, that would be the only way I could tell you the true amount of power that it's actually pulling. I'm just going by what the website says, so that way you understand, and that's the reason why I'm putting this ad into this video, to let you know I have not tested this card yet, but when I do test it, we will see what its max wattage output, or its drawing power, is going to be. So let's get back to the video. So I mean, it might be 3.0 x 16. Now, even though it's 3.0 x 16, that's not going to give you much variant from the PCIe 4.0 x 8. So look at it like that. I mean, if it's giving you the 16, then, you know, you might as well say it's the 4.0 X8, which is not bad either. So, you know, that's how you got to look at it. But it's basically, they say it's a $200 card, and it's active. So if you're looking for a card, you can find it up on eBay. We're just on eBay, and it looks like, you know, you can find many cards on eBay right now for what you're looking. See, you can get it right here. It's got the EVGA Nvidia GeForce GTX 1660 Super 6GB GDR6 PCI Express 3.0 card black. Pre-owned $125.69, but they want $13.75 in shipping. Okay, so you add the shipping on it. Let's see, 135, 138, 139, 140 bucks. Okay, you pay 140 bucks for a 1660 Super with 6 gigabytes of GDR6. Okay, where can you go wrong with that? Damn! You can't. As far as getting it any cheaper, I really don't see it going any cheaper. So my recommendation to y'all is going to be that if you're looking for a low end card for 140, 100, let's say 100, you have a $150 budget, this would be it. So if you're looking for a low end budget, about 150, 1660 Super would be right for you. So if you can get it for that price on eBay, then you got a good deal. So right there, that's pretty much all I can say about that. But getting down to the brass tacks, and we're getting to the end of the video. You know, just for say, you can find a 1660 Super for less than 150 bucks. Okay, just to let you know that you can. So we're going to get back to this side. Hopefully y'all can see me now. I'm waving to you. Alright, if you enjoyed my video today, I know I sound like I'm rambling off like usual. Make sure you like and subscribe. You know, it'd be much appreciated. It would help us grow and everything else. And, you know, I'm trying to come up with better content until these prices do come down somewhat to where it's affordable. Just to let you know, it takes money to do this show. But right now I'm working with the information I have. And then when I, you know, come into, you know, some money, I'll be able to buy the cards for me to actually do PC builds here. So y'all just have to be patient with me, and I'm working towards that goal. You know, make sure y'all watching the videos. I mean, watch it from the beginning to the end. I'm trying to get up above the recommendations that YouTube's asking for. They're asking for the 1,000 subscribers, and they're asking for 4,000 watch hours from the subscribers and non-subscribers. So we're working towards that. Damn! But anyway, I'm just going to say, you all have a wonderful day. There'll be more videos to come for sure. And we'll do the best we can to make the videos as enjoyable as possible. But just to let you know, there's going to be another graphics card we're going to be looking up tomorrow. So make sure you stay tuned and, you know, like and subscribe so you can get the videos as they come, as I post them. But You can't get the videos if you don't subscribe. So I suggest you subscribe. So until the next time, this is JJ, your boy. We will see you on the next video.